The Brahma Kumaris has been active in India since the mid-30s, and our, um, our aim is to help people find the best in themselves and be the best they can be by living their true values and drawing on their inner resources. At a time where there's climate change issues, problems with loss of biodiversity, we need to look at not just what's happening externally. We need to look at the root of the problem, what's happening internally, so that we can do two things. We can minimize the impact of change, and we can maximize the possibility to make good decisions for the future. So we have a number of objectives in attending this conference, but mainly it's to reawaken biodiversity consciousness, which we believe is within each one. We all have a vision, or even a memory in some cases, of a world of harmony with nature. For some people that's changed very rapidly in the last few decades, but everybody knows what they want in terms of peace and love for nature, and that can be restored. But what we're finding at the moment is the materialism and some of the choices that people are making in their lives are moving them away from that. And they're losing their peace, their stability, their ability to make good choices. So we, on the one hand, we have programs that support what the country needs, what the world needs at the moment, like solar power and sustainable yogic agriculture, drawing on traditional Indian practices that anybody could do. On the other hand, we're helping people reconnect with their inner peace, their inner power, and trust themselves and generate hope, not become hopeless, disheartened.
That very interestingly, that brings me to my next question. And it's got to do with the solutions that we talk about. It's been well established that the problem of depleting natural resources, climate change, etc., are all because of anthropogenic activities. They're all human activities responsible for these distortions. The consumption and production patterns have been very, very distorted. So fundamentally, we at the government level, at the international level, we are trying to make policies on different levels, but we all understand that fundamentally a behavioral change is required, and that's what you're talking about. You're talking about the change in the conscience, right? Could you tell us about specific activities that you undertake to ensure that there's a behavioral change taking place?
As you say, everybody knows we need to change, but the reality is people are trapped in their behavior. We've become very greedy, materialistic, and selfish. We've separated ourselves from community and the values that we need. So what we're looking at really is activities that connect people to their truth, that voice of truth that's within each person. So, for example, with our sustainable yogic agriculture, it's organic. That's nothing new. There are many organic forms of agriculture. It's using traditional methods where you use the urine, the manure of the cow to destroy pests and for fertilizer. So it's free. This liberates people, and it makes it open to every farmer. But together with that, we have to work with the inner ecosystem, not just the external. And so farmers, family members are encouraged to meditate, to learn to connect with their own love and peace and the land. People live with the land, live with nature. If they can connect again, then that relieves stress. As you know, in some cases, people become so depressed they become suicidal in the farming community. Minimizes that. And so the practice of growing their crops is also helping to sustain their inner ecosystem, because they're meditating, they're drawing peace and power, clarity, and it makes harmony makes for harmony in the household and with the land. And nature responds. Nature protects when she's protected, and we see that in practice. We have results from research centres. A number of universities and institutes have got facts that this makes a difference. So our programs work with that, is working with the whole of the being.
Specifically talking about biodiversity
Yes.
conservation, apart from the yogic practice of agriculture that you just mentioned, are there any other specific programs that is run by Brahma Kumaris?
I can't speak for all the Brahma Kumaris centres in India or around the world, but for example, locally in Andhra Pradesh, Hyderabad, near Gachibowli, there's what's called Shanti Sarovar, and a wasteland, a former granite quarry, where granite had been quarried for 25 years, was actually given to the Brahma Kumaris to restore. And now you're most welcome to visit. There's the most beautiful green land, like a park, organic farming going on, diverse flora, fauna. This is possible. In Mount Abu, our headquarters, we have Peace Park. We can create it, but the key is love and no desire for selfish gain, materialistic gain. Just love for the land, because we are love. This is our true nature. And if we move back to that and use that love in everything we do, then it just happens.